7 o'clock.
Is it really? See, mine says 6:59. How come mine
My
now?
watch just beat.
Oh, it's your watch. All right, well, we'll rise and
And that clock says 7 too?
take our hats off and have the pledge to the flag. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, welcome everybody, and hopefully everybody made it through the primary day we had yesterday. At least we had nice weather. Roll call.
Roll call, Mark Folks,
Yes.
Francis Griffith.
Here.
Troy Connolly.
Here.
Veronica Howard here.
Okay. On the agenda, any additions or changes or additions or corrections?
Motion to approve the agenda.
Troy?
Second.
Butch, second, okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Next is a July 1st meeting. If I've got the July 1st meeting,
You should
Minutes.
have.
I know the minutes.
If not, I have extras over here for you.
On the agenda?
I don't think so.
I make a motion that we approve.
Sorry.
Well, you largely typed them, Mark, so.
Well, I know it, I know it. I sent them to her, but I don't think I ever saw the typed version. Sorry.
I'll second it.
July 1st. Butch, you made a motion?
Yep.
Troy seconded that motion. That's right, I took the notes in.
Well, I took them and you kind of typed them. We both took
Yeah,
them.
we took them. Okay, looks good, okay. Well, there's the minutes. All in favor?
Aye.
Check, another check. Public comments number 1. John.
I was wondering.
Your name?
John Slocum. I was wondering if you've heard anything back from the road commission on cleaning the M52 ditches between Miller and Winiger and trimming trees on Church from M52 to Morris Road. We're having difficult time getting combines and grain carts down Church Road.
I did call him, correct?
Yeah, we did. The M52 one, we've heard nothing on.
I haven't either. Well, I've got another one south of there, on Lansing Road, right near there also, which is, okay, I'll call again.
Okay, just wondering.
I'll call again. No,
All right, thank you.
No update, sorry. Okay. Any other public comments? Okay. Our reports, sheriff report, Troy?
Looks like last month, there were 131 calls for service. Of them, 35 of them were traffic stops.
Okay.
Page and a half of stuff there.
Now, what's that 911 hang-up? They just call and hang up?
Correct.
Oh, my. So there's that. And then next is a report from CISA. We have a couple of them.
CISA, there was not a ton of activity there. Really, last month, just looking through real quick, there was some grant program. Our paramedics are going through some extra training right now to be able to do critical care transfers. So the contract with the hospital. So there's levels of transfer that require advanced life support, and then there's the super critical ones that have to have vents or drips or stuff like that. And so sending all of our paramedics to school on
It's
that.
going to be mandatory.
Correct.
And they're going to pay them.
Correct.
So
But
they'll-
no, it is mandatory.
Yeah.
They all have to have it.
So that's good.
So they can all be interchanged. So,
Yeah.
yep. And that was basically the main.
Okay. All right, good. Any questions on that, Butch?
No.
Okay. DDA, we did meet July 15th, and we met for 6:30 till about 8:40. So we had a long meeting. Justin Horvath was there, Steve Kingsley with the new construction on the cabinet shop near Elsesser's there. John Ezinger was there, talked about his 9 sections that he wants to develop into on our DDA district. And then we talked about K&J Repair, the facility is being built at the end of, near Rose Boulevard, the end of Rose Boulevard, that's going well. And the woodworking shop, Centennial Woodworking, that cabinet shop will actually take the people that are working in Langsburg now and move them to the new shop. And the new shop has basically 3 sections to the building because of the fire requirements, so they'll have some walls in there. So that's all under, been approved by the county. So then still trying to get our poles that people hit. Don't know if they were on their phone or what happened, but the cars hit the pole, 2 of the poles, they've been replaced with backup poles. Well, that's 2 years ago. We finally they have the poles now, we just got to get them installed. Let's see. And K&J Repair talked about that. Smith Asphalt, Travis was also in attendance and talked a little bit about the asphalt plant. Still wants to make sure that we can work with our planning commission and get the hours of operation changed a little bit in the summer, in the nice weather when they have to work a little bit later at night, past 5 o'clock. And then I think that was about it for the most part. So that was that. Zoning, Troy?
Zoning, there were 2 zoning permits issued last month, and then there was a land division application review, and then a special inspection service for a code violation.
Right, and still got some code violations that still need to be worked on also.
And then for building permits, there was one new residential home, a accessory building in Rayland Hills, a foundation wall repair in Rayland Hills, and then 3 trailer replacements at the trailer.
3 new trailers at the park. So that's our permits for this time. County Commissioner's not here. Library.
So we've got actually her for the annual report under the agenda.
Oh,
So
we're going to delay you just a little bit. Okay.
Sorry.
Sorry. Ice County Trade,
no meeting.
none. Okay. SCDP,
You went to the meeting.
I did go to the meeting. It was well attended and, gosh. I don't know. They didn't vote on anything really.
Okay.
It just was a monthly meeting on Monday at noon. And it was in Owasso at, where's that, the health clinic?
Mental health office.
Over at the industrial park over there. But I was well attended by a lot of representatives and doing a good job. They're trying to bring businesses into the area and they work well with us. So, and then the planning commission,
Okay.
which they met,
Okay, yeah, well, we need to, I hadn't seen it. I hadn't seen the actual agreement before.
Remember July 16th?
Put it under, yeah, sorry.
July 16th, yeah, and everybody was present. We had one person from the community that had received a violation notice, and I worked with him and set up a meeting at his property, and we had our zoning people there, zoning person there, and Justin Horvath was there, and trying to get funding where maybe they can get some of that demoed house out of there, down, or whatever. So he had a deadline, and his deadline was July 30th, and so we wanted to make sure we had a meeting before the deadline so we could get things straightened out. So hopefully we made some progress. We'll know it probably another week when he gets his new notice. The board discussed amending the zoning ordinance to have an overlay district and include renewable energy, solar, wind, and battery districts. Beth presented a draft section 2.21, commercial renewable energy system outlining the intent and purpose to the planning commission. We have another meeting August 20th at 7 in the room over here, and will be up for that. We got a couple things we got to hear at that meeting. Okay? That was our meeting. Again, it lasted quite a long time. At 8:30, it lasted from 7 to 8:30, an hour and a half. So that was that. Okay? Troy, anything else?
Nope.
Yeah, okay, financial report and payroll bills.
All right, you've got your bills list in front of you. We did have some of our road work bills, the gravel projects and the first brine application. Other than that, expense side was,
The voting.
yeah, not much else. There's not many of the election bills in this one yet.
Oh,
Those will be,
Okay.
those will be processed for next month.
Okay.
We did get a revenue sharing check, which it came kind of late, so that's why we should have had it for last month's meeting, but
This
this
is the 48?
the 48 check, yep. And, yep, we were reimbursed from the school election from back in May. That's what you're seeing the election for. Other than that, just do the regular bills. Are there any questions on the bills?
Make a motion, we pay the bill.
Butch, motion, okay. I'll second it. I'll second the bill payment. Roll call vote, when you're ready.
Yep. Harmony,
Yes.
Folks,
Yes.
Griffith,
Yeah.
Howard, yes.
Okay. Correspondence. CISA.
Correspondence.
What do you have?
So we just had the June minutes because we had received them.
June and July, okay.
Yeah, we had received them like right at that time of the meeting.
June
I was
1st, yeah,
gone, yep.
or July 1st, okay.
Then we had our MTA had sent a renewal thank you letter, just telling us thank you for renewing our
Okay.
membership. The Shiawassee County Drain Commission had sent a drain maintenance work schedule, just letting us know that that work was going to be completed on the drain. That work will be done after July 29th, so,
Oh, okay.
it didn't give a specific date, just says after.
Okay.
We got our SCOA monthly newsletter for August. We have the June power plan news. And then last is a email from Brian Boggs, or not from Brian Boggs, from the police department area for the public safety revenue sharing. It was just it was an agreement that says that, you know, if any areas wanted to use that or to subgrant some of their public safety revenue sharing money to them, that they could use that agreement.
So, yeah,
that's
we
great.
we should put that on our agenda for next month.
Next month,
So, yeah.
okay, we will, okay.
What that is that was the public safety revenue sharing that was part of last year's state budget. But it's allocated it's specifically for law enforcement. And so we don't have a police department, and so, but they've come up with a provision where townships can transfer it to the county for use at the sheriff's
To use it
department.
for theirs?
Otherwise it's just lost.
I
So,
understand, okay.
So-
So it's really something we need to.
well, remember, we got a letter from the sheriff
I know.
a few months ago, and so that's what this is. So we need to have this on next month's agenda.
Next month, so is that soon enough? Or
As soon as we're gonna do it.
as soon as we're
Yeah.
good, okay, okay, so that will be that.
That's okay.
All right, okay. Now, that finishes that part. Now we've got the second public comment and announcements. Any more public comments? Okay,
Okay.
okay. Now, no unfinished business, Troy.
Correct.
No unfinished business, Butch. Okay, business is going good. Okay. Annual library report. Okay. Jamie, you have the floor.
All right, great,
You do.
thank you.
You're welcome.
You guys are getting used to this probably. All the pertinent information, all the important statistics. You keep a lot more than this, but you're welcome. Does anybody in the audience want a library report?
Jamie, 70,000 people went through the doors?
Yep.
Wow.
I would love to say that was for Morris only, but no,
But
district-wide, yes. Oh, yes, that's probably the highest number I've seen. I've been working there since 2012, so,
wow.
yeah. Yeah, I think last year it was around 67,000.
Okay.
Yeah, we have people counters at our doors, so it's pretty accurate. So district-wide, okay, first of all, I'm Jamie Cromley, I'm the director of the Community District Library. I'll just start with kind of like the year in review quickly with all of the libraries. A couple highlights, we purchased new computers in the spring. That's a big undertaking because it's district-wide, so there was probably about 35 computers, staff and patron computers. at all of the branches. We were starting to really have computer problems pretty quickly. Once your computers start going, they all start going bad. So that was a big undertaking, and that's done. We also upgraded our patron and staff. It's called Integrated Library System, but it's our catalog, our acquisitions, which is how we purchase our books and catalog our books and other materials. So both the staff and the patron was upgraded. In February, we were offline for about a month, couldn't interlibrary loan. It was a big deal. It was, again, another large undertaking, but we got through it. We're still learning the system because it's pretty complicated, actually. But we're getting there. So staff is starting to feel more comfortable with it, and there's a lot more updates and a lot more reports that we can run. And I feel like it's a lot more user-friendly for patrons to be able to get on and request books and look books up and everything. So that was done. We have not had a staff upgrade since I've been working for the library. So this was the first staff upgrade, but we have had 2 patron upgrades. So this was the first time it was simultaneously done. Another big highlight was we relocated our Byron branch out of the school. That was the last library that was inside of a public school. That was one of the goals that I wanted to see happen before, while I was working for the library. So our previous public library in the school was New Lothrop, and that relocated a few years ago. But the Byron branch was built with, most of the money came from a very large community center grant from the Labor Economic Opportunity Department through the state of Michigan. It was a $500,000 grant, so we've been working on this for several years, the library in conjunction with Burns Township. So they built a new township hall with a community room very similar to this, and then the library is on the other side of it, so we can use the community center, community room, I'm calling it, for lots of our library programs. So that's been wonderful. That opened up in June. And then our summer reading was really popular this year. The theme was dinosaurs and, like archaeologists, paleontologists, that kind of thing. And we also did quite a bit of programming around America's 250th anniversary. So we tried to do like colonial crafts, butter making, like that type of event, along with dinosaurs and animals and magicians and all of that. But we had over 950 people sign up district-wide, which is, again, the highest numbers that I've seen since I've been working there. So those are some good highlights. And of course, as you can see on the stats, we had over 70,000 people walk through the doors. And I do have more in particular statistics I can give to you. But these are all of the library branches added up. And the first time, too, I've seen over 5,000 card holders, 5,087 at the last report. And we do, weed those out probably once a year, but normally we're hovering around like 4,700 or something, so this is a little bit higher than I'm used to seeing. But if you add all of that in, that's about 22% of the population of our service area, which is pretty good. Because, not everybody has a card. We might have a family of 5, and there might be one family card. So that's pretty good.
Do you have a feeling what the average is?
What the average?
I mean, like other library systems.
I don't know. We're kind of unique because we're
I mean, that number seems high to me, but,
Oh, as far as percentages go, I've seen, I have seen, I think around maybe 20 to 30%. It just depends. Yeah, that's a hard one to know.
I mean, I think it's a very good number.
That's
That's a good number. I was surprised
I think
about
so too. I do. I think so too. I was hoping 25, but that's okay. Maybe next year. And of course, we're open between all of the branches. We're open over 10,000 hours a year. This year we had 93,516 total checkouts. That's including physical materials and digital materials. We have about over 40,000 items in the collection, physical materials. Of course, we have so many digital items like ebooks, audiobooks, movies, documentaries, that kind of thing, music. We have over 1.5 million if you include all of our vendors that we use between Canopy, Hoopla, and Libby. Those are our 3 digital vendors. So we have a lot of things available online. And we had about 24,000 items, digital items checked out. And this continues to be popular. This number's increased pretty significantly. 19,924 items of ours were lent to outside libraries because we not only interlibrary loan to libraries within our consortium, our region, but also the whole state of Michigan. Like we interlibrary loan items out to the Upper Peninsula or vice versa. So we loaned that many items out, and then our items that our patrons borrowed were 17,172 items. So it's pretty high. District-wide, we offered 748 programs, which is a lot. That's a lot. That's over. Corona probably offers the most, but even with our smaller branches, we do story times, book clubs, that kind of thing. All of that is included in this statistic. And about 7,800 people attended those programs. And our computers and Wi-Fi was accessed 11,389 times. That's accurate because that's all software. And of course, we still have 13 dedicated staff. Bridget, who is the branch manager at Morris, couldn't be here tonight, but she's still doing a great job over there, and she's I hear nothing but positive things about her, so she's doing a great job. And then on the back, you can see some of the things that we've been up to this summer. We're keeping very, very busy. Like I said, it was a busy summer, lots of smiles, and just the participation in summer reading this year, I enjoyed seeing all of it. And I try to get around to all of the branches, especially during this time of year when we're having programs, and it's fun to see, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any questions? So I got 2 questions.
Sure.
Okay, Jamie. Out of the 70,000, that's 10,000. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. Which one has the most out of all the locations?
It's Corona, and I've got actually.
Is it Corona?
It is. I have everybody's. Corona's the highest traffic, and it's 44,380.
Wow.
We get in Corona, because that's where my office is, we get at least 30 after-school kids every day.
Really?
So maybe 40. It could even be higher some days, where you could drive by the library and not think anybody's in the library. But then you walk in, and the whole library is filled up with kids. They're in groups,
Okay.
So, and
It's a big branch.
it's a big branch. It's behind the courthouse, and it's walkable from the school. Let me find Morris really quick.
Okay.
Here's Morris's. Morris had nearly 4,000. Well, that's circulation.
Oh.
Their visits was 3,411.
3,400.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which the village of Morris is very small. So so this includes Perry Township, but.
And my
But how many are at the city library?
And yours, so Perry, a lot of the people around here also will use Perry branch.
They'll use either branch.
Sure.
Yeah, so they had, door count, they had 9,200.
About twice. Okay.
Mhm.
So between the two of them, 12,000.
Yeah.
And the last question I had was the Morris, the building. How is it? Is there any mechanical? Is there any physical problems or anything? Or?
No, the village is very good about keeping up with everything.
Okay.
They just replaced the furnace for us.
Okay.
I think we added a little bit of money in there for it. They've had the window broken. I don't know if it was vandalism or what, but they were really quick with replacing it.
Okay.
And they upgraded some of the bathroom. The bathroom, it's pretty old.
It's a small building.
Yes, it's very small, but
Okay.
It's doing okay.
It's meeting the
Yeah,
needs.
it's not, because years ago it was leaking and
I know.
there was mold and everything, but
And we had the
that's
door problem.
correct.
So-
But that's been fixed.
Okay.
It would be nice to have a new building though, so I'm just throwing that out there. If that becomes available, hey, you won't know unless you ask, right? Mention it, so.
Any other questions? Any questions?
Ask the village, tell us what they say.
Jane,
You don't have money for that.
thank you very much.
All right, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it. Okay, good. And we had our summer board review. That was July 21st, 9 o'clock. And basically it was just for some corrections. The report from our assessor, she noted that 400 parcels were being reviewed. She also gave an assessor update in our township board meeting in March. It's on the camera, of course. And she stated that if property changes are required, the state of Michigan has directed assessors now to notify the property owners first via letters to get approval before entering the property, before entering the owner's property. So that is a new change to the law in the state of Michigan. And I just want to make sure everybody knows that. She also stated that she had completed and received her state of Michigan level 3 assessor in April of 2026, so that is fantastic for her. The changes were two. We just had there was 2 veterans exemptions. There was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 residents that had some assessed value corrections, changes, and modify errors.
You can't do hearings at the July.
There's no
board meeting.
hearings,
It's
no.
just
paperwork changes
it's
that
errors.
had to be done.
clerical error issues.
And we took care of all of that, and the meeting lasted from 9 till 9:30, 30-minute meeting. Okay, so that was that. Cemetery rules, you want to speak to that,
Sure.
Veronica? Okay,
So I've been slowly working on upgrading, or not upgrading, kind of rewording some of the cemetery rules and regulations. I'm making sure they were a little bit more specific or included different things, like for under monuments and markers, under, make sure I have the right one for you guys.
Section 13.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure I didn't have the old one versus the new one. Sorry, totally had this under control for you and then I panicked just a minute ago. It, talks about like number L, it has like, the use of artificial and non-natural ground coverings, including but not limited to wood chips, mulch, gravel, decorative stone. Before we just had that it don't use artificial turf type of thing or any kind of non-stuff or like what's naturally there. And so we just kind of specified, because we had people putting different kinds of materials out there on their headstones, and what happens is as they go out and weed whip, a lot of those items become projectiles, or it makes it harder to weed whip around those things.
It clarifies that things have to be
Yeah.
near the headstone and you can't occupy the entire alleyway.
Yeah, and that, it goes back to the same thing. You can only have like one shepherd's hook, it just restates that you can have one shepherd's hook. We actually changed it so that it doesn't have to be attached to the headstone, but that it needs to be behind the headstone, because not a single one of them is attached in the cemetery.
But you can't
So-
you can't have something that's leaning out into the alleyway.
Yes, yep, it has to be right behind it, leaning over. We're trying to eliminate a lot of the smaller items that get put out there that break down, deteriorate, the plastic urns, the artificial flowers that get stuck directly in the ground and then become those, that weed whipping hazard and different stuff like that. So they're just kind of all, nothing's really changed, it's all just a little bit more specific in what it is to include. That way we can kind of enforce it a little bit better.
Yeah, and you highlighted the areas we changed.
Yep, so it was just those 3 sections. I didn't really, like I said, add much to any of them. I moved a couple things out of the veteran circle and put it under the regular cemetery because it kind of goes for the whole cemetery, not just theirs, and it was just kind of that redundant thing because we want to make sure, it already said that they followed the cemetery rules, so then it was listing both in both sections and just different things like that.
Any questions, Butch?
No.
Make a motion that we adopt the amended rules and regulations for the cemetery.
I'll second.
And Bush will second that. All in favor of the motions?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. And Troy, last is a crack seal bid. We
Right, remember we talked about, I guess it was back in April, we had moved $50,000 from an end-of-year transfer from the general fund to the road fund. And, the plan still is, the road commission's plan, provided funding comes through, is that they're going to be doing the Beard Road paving project next year, I believe, from Bancroft Road to, at least through our part.
At least through our
What, I don't know if they're gonna get all the way to Woodbury Road or not, it depends, but hopefully at least through our township. So, what we talked about doing was doing a crack seal in front of it, just like we did on Morris Road, to seal up the base before the new asphalt comes down, to help, prevent cracking to come back through. The price from Cork Road to the Woodhull line, so Antrim line to Woodhull line, is $30,450, and that is a bid, firm bid. And then we also got a price on the Britton Road from Beardsley to Lansing Road. If you remember, that was the part that they had recommended we seal coat this year, but we weren't able financially to do it. So do a crack seal on it, which, gets us, helps seal up the cracks and stuff, gets us another year or two, and that was $12,075. So altogether, we're at 42, and like you said, we had the 50 that we had transferred in. If you remember, we had added another culvert, so we're about a wash on all of that. So I will make a motion that we approve the crack seal bid for Beard Road and Britton Road.
I second.
Bush will second that. Roll call vote when you get time there. Veronica?
Folks,
You, Mark.
Oh,
Folks.
yes.
Griffith,
Yes.
Howard, yes, Harmony.
Yes.
Perfect, okay. All names, all right, great. Any other new business? No. Public comments number 3. Number 1, number 2, number 2, no, okay. Thank you for all coming, okay. Who wants to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Troy?
Second.
Butch, okay. All in favor of adjourning? Time about?
Aye. 7:31.
7:31, yeah. Okay. Thank you for coming.